Good afternoon, everyone, and thanks for joining us. I'm Kayla Gaskins in for Jennifer Holton. Welcome to Local 18 News at noon. Well, you're going to be our hero today, I think, with a good forecast. It was a stunning upset in Alabama. Candidate Roy Moore, who was plagued by a sexual harassment scandal, lost to Democrat Doug Jones in the race for the U.S. Senate.
He drove across Steelfield Road over there. He lit his truck on fire, which then caught parts of the woods on fire, which they found very odd. But what we know so far is Panama City Police responded to calls of a gunshot wound victim out here at Oasis Liquors a little after 4 a.m.
It's so simple because French toast, and my mom told me you can't really screw it up. I don't know if that's true or not, but anyways. Billions of pounds of restaurant food end up in the trash every year, despite there being hungry families across the U.S. who don't know where they'll get their next meal.
You're so welcome.
I'm going to give this gumball shooter a test, see if we can make it all the way to Ryan Michaels over at the Weather Center, although Paris is trying to intercept it. All right, Ryan.
No.
Kayla, you haven't seen any of them. You've got a lot of catching up to do.
And I don't think I'm the only person out there that hasn't seen any Star Wars movies. So, maybe instead of saying your favorite Star Wars movie, you can also tell me that I'm not alone out here in the universe, and I will watch them at some point.
I have to tell you, Rogue One, I really enjoyed that film.
We are still under a tropical storm warning here in Gulf County. The rain has died down just a little bit, but that wind is almost doubling its efforts, picking up in strength to some of the strongest gusts that we've seen all morning. As you can see, they have marked off that scene. They've also marked off the scene of Pop's Dogs that is right next door. And Panama City Police are continuing to do their work over there. We're still learning all of the details on this. We don't know a whole lot about the victim or his condition. The suspect left the scene. But we're on Steelfield Road right now off of 79, and this is about as close as we could get to Vincent Road, where Bay County Sheriff's Office responded to reports of a disturbance a little after 4 o'clock this morning. We have Captain David Baldwin here with us today. What did the Sheriff's Office find when they arrived on scene?
Free high fives across the board, not charging $1 for those things.
All right, I'm gonna take one of those now.
All right.
Okay, so now let's see. We've been doing the adding on the swords each interview. We started with 1, 2, 3. How many are we gonna do this time?
Well, that only makes sense. We do 7, right?
7. I like that math. All right, so before we go, I really want to show you the roasting machine again and introduce you to the director of coffee, Martine here. And it doesn't have to be a real pumpkin. You can bring a fake pumpkin as well. The paint might work a little better on the fake pumpkin.
This one was pretty difficult.
We painted our own teal pumpkin here this morning. If you can see, we put quite a few layers of teal paint on here.
We did. I think the glitter helped.
There's some orange poking through.
It's been 10 months since anyone has seen 44-year-old Panama City Beach resident Allison Whitten. Her brother and sisters drove down from Alabama to speak exclusively to News Channel 7.
Kayla Gaskins sat down with the family and has an update on the investigation into Allison's disappearance.
Never, ever did I ever think that I would be living through something like this.
The last time anyone saw 44-year-old accountant Allison Whitten was April 19th.
When someone you love just disappears, I can't explain it. She's just gone.
When Allison was first reported missing, her family remained hopeful that they would find her. Her older brother, Reggie, drove down from Alabama every weekend to pass out these flyers and do anything he could to help find his sister.
The sheriff's office says this is still considered an active missing persons case, but now her family fears the worst. Back in September, one of Allison's friends obtained what appears to be a recorded confession.
What is it like for you to listen to that?
I can't. Because I believe it.
Oh, gosh. I don't have the words for it. I really don't.
There's one problem. The recording cannot be used in court. Florida is one of 11 states in the country where all parties have to give their consent to be recorded.
Florida does have a Security of Communications Act that makes it very clear that unless all parties to a conversation agree to being recorded, then it's not admissible in court.
But that didn't stop her brother from taking matters into his own hands. Reggie rented an excavator when the owner of the house where Allison was staying was out of town and dug up the backyard.
I dug as deep as that track I would go, ma'am.
The backyard dig earned Reggie Whitten a felony burglary charge along with property damage charges and criminal mischief.
It's been the hardest thing in my life that I've ever had to deal with. She was my baby sister. She looked to me to protect her. And I wasn't here. And that's a hard pill to swallow.
There's a constant reminder. I have her cat, I have her personal things, her golf clubs, and I'm hoping, I don't want to think that she's dead. I really can't let my heart go there. I just feel like that maybe one day she'll walk back up and say, I'm here to get my cat and stuff. I know that, I know she's not coming back. And if anybody is watching this and they know anything, please come forward. Please come forward and help our family have closure.
In Panama City Beach, Kayla Gaskins, News Channel 7.
Now, because Allison was an accountant, her friends held out hope if she still is alive, some trace of her would show up during tax season. So far, nothing new has popped up.
If you have any information regarding Allison Whidden, please call Crime Stoppers or local authorities.
Welcome back. 26 minutes after the top of the hour. Now, the ability to speak several languages is a powerful skill.
News Channel 7's Kayla Gaskins introduces us to a young brother and sister who are sharing their love of languages with the world.
Virginia and Lee began learning Mandarin Chinese at just 3 years old.
4、5、6。
No one in their family speaks the language.
你好，我的名字是李。
But these two are almost fluent.
你好，我的名字是外景呀。A lot of people think English is easier than Chinese, but I think Chinese is easier than English.
They eventually got the idea to create a YouTube channel called Language Connection to encourage others to learn Chinese as well.
你好，朋友。Have you ever seen a javelin being thrown before? I like to do ballet. Ballet in Chinese is ballet.
This past January, they launched their first video.
1、2、3. When we made our first episode, the views were going up like so fast.
How do you say the color pink in Chinese?
It's 粉红色.
粉红色. I get that right?
Yeah. Great job!
Each video lasts about 2.5 minutes.
It just seems so short, like the episode, but the filming takes so long because we're like, okay, action, and then we're like, wait, I forgot my line.
And the project is truly a family effort. At 3 years old, their younger sister Eloise helps out as well.
It says 我, oh, I.
Who do you hope watches your YouTube videos?
I hope that everyone watches them, and they like them, and that they learn from them.
Zai Panama Ja, Kayla Gaskins, Xin Wen Shi.
What? That was awesome.
The Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission has charged 3 people in connection to a video of a shark being dragged behind a boat at high speed. The charges resulted from a 4-month-long investigation into the video and other disturbing images on social media. Michael Wenzel of Palmetto, Florida, is charged with 2 felony counts of aggravated animal cruelty and 1 misdemeanor count of illegal method of take. The Confederate flag represents different things to different people, and it brought out different emotions among locals in Walton County on Tuesday. They spoke passionately about whether the flag represents history or hate. Local 18's Byron Khalil has more on how commissioners settled the issue. Days after a fire destroyed a Freeport family's home, the community is pulling together resources to help them in their time of need. Just after 10 p.m. Sunday night, Walton County Fire Rescue responded to a trailer on fire on McLeod Road. When the crew arrived, a workshop trailer was already destroyed and the flames had spread to the residential trailer. All 5 family members made it out safe, but almost everything they owned, including their Christmas gifts, were lost in the fire. Family members say if it wasn't for the support of their community, they don't know what they would do. A family member is working with many local businesses and the Walton County Sheriff's Office to set up several donation drop-off locations and GoFundMe accounts to collect anything that can help. Visit our website, WECPTV.com, for those locations. A new transitional home has opened in Panama City for women who are looking for a fresh start. The Evers House has been open for 12 days, and to be a client at the house, the women must be coming out of incarceration or long-term rehab. While staying at the home, they'll receive counseling and assistance to stay sober. The late Senator Greg Evers, who passed away in August, played a key role in opening the transitional home. And coming up, if you still haven't gotten your Christmas tree, don't worry. One local business has got you covered, and the proceeds go to a good cause.